ॐ ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ऐं क्लीं सौः हंसशिवसोऽहं मत्प्रेम मदक्षमरह्यूं मतं साक्षमरीं सौः स्वरूपनिरूपणे हेतवे गुरुवे त्रि अन्नपूर्णाम्बादयितं श्री अमृतानन्दनाथ सरस्वती श्रीगुरुश्रीपादुकां पूजयामि तर्पयामि नमः ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ऐं क्लीं सौः हंसशिवसोऽहं मत्प्रेम मदक्षमरह्यूं मतं साक्षमरीं सौः स्वरूपनिरूपणे हेतवेदुगुरुवे श्री अन्नपूर्णाम्बादयितं श्री अमृतानन्दनाथ सरस्वती श्रीगुरुश्रीपादुकां पूजयामि तर्पयामि नमः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं दरिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेतरविघ्नोपशान्ते अगजाननपद्मार्गं गजाननवहन्नितं मनेकदन्तं भक्तानाम् एकदन्तोपास्महे गणानां त्वा गणपतिं गवामहे कविं कवीनाम् उपमस्कवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पद आणशृण्वन्नोतिभित्तेदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमन्महागणाधिपतये नमः ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गं गणपतिये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वदमानय स्वाहा ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गं गणपतिये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वदमानय स्वाहा ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गं गणपतिये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वदमानय स्वाहा ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गं गणपतिये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वदमानय स्वाहा ह्रीङ्काराधनगर्भितानलतिकां सौः क्लीं कलां बिभ्रतीं सौवर्णाम्बरधारिणीं वरदादौ तां त्रिनेत्रोज्ज्वलां वन्दे पुस्तकवासमङ्कुशधरां त्वग्भूषितामुज्ज्वलां त्वां गौरीं त्रिपुरां परात्परगणां श्रीचक्रसञ्चारिणीम् ॐ अस्य श्रीशुद्धशक्तिमाला महामन्त्रस्य उपस्थेन्द्रियाधिष्ठायी वरुणादित्यर्षि दैवी गायत्री छन्दतात्विककारभट्टारकपीठस्थितमहाकामेश्वरी ललितापराभट्टारिका देवता ऐं वीर्यं क्लीं शक्ति सौः कीलकं मम खड्गसिद्ध्यर्थे सतभीष्टसिद्ध्यर्थे जपे विनियोगः ऐं अङ्गुष्ठाभ्यां नमः क्लीं तज्जनीभ्यां नमः सौः मध्यमाभ्यां नमः सौः अनामिकाभ्यां नमः क्लीं कनिष्ठिकाभ्यां नमः ऐं करतलकरपृष्ठाभ्यां नमः ऐं हृदयाय नमः क्लीं तरते स्वादौ सिकाय वषसौ कवचाय हुं क्लीं नेत्रत्रयाय वौ षट् ऐं अस्त्राय फट् भूवस्वा ॐ इति दिग्बन्धः ध्यानं तादृशङ्गड्गमाप्नोति येन हस्तस्थितेन वै अष्टादशमाद्वीपासम्राट् भविष्यति आरक्ताभां त्रिनेत्रां मरणोत्तनां रत्नदाटङ्करम्यां हस्ताम्बोजैस्य पासाङ्कुशमदनधनुसायिकैर्विस्फुरं तीम् आपीनोत्तुङ्गवक्षोरुह कलत्रोत्तारहारोज्ज्वलाङ्गीं ध्यायेद् अम्भोरुहस्तां मरणवसनाम् ईश्वरीम् ईश्वराणां लमित्यादिपञ्चपूजां कुर्यादिदादक्तिमूलमन्त्रं जपेत् ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं लह्रीं मदगलह्रीं सकलह्रीं लं पृथिव्यात्मने सत्सङ्गं गन्धं कल्पयामः नमः ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं लह्रीं मदगलह्रीं सकलह्रीं मम आकाशात्मने इन्द्रियनिग्रहं पुष्पं कल्पयामः नमः ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं लह्रीं मदगलह्रीं सकलह्रीं यं वाव्यात्मने ऋषभग्विचित्रं धूपं कल्पयामः नमः ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं लह्रीं मदगलह्रीं सकलह्रीं रं तेजात्मने चित्कलादीपं कल्पयामः ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं कैलह्रीं मत्कैलह्रीं सकलह्रीं वम् अमृततत्त्वात्मने शिवशक्तिसामरस्यं नैवेद्यं कल्पयामः नमः ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं कैलह्रीं मत्कैलह्रीं सकलह्रीं वं कालात्मने मनोलयम् आनन्दकर्पूरनीराजनं कल्पयामः नमः ऐं क्लीं सौः सौः क्लीं ऐं 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 Aim gleam so gleam my gleam so gleam my gleam so gleam my gleam so gleam my I'm gleam so gleam my 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 I'm gleam so gleam my gleam so gleam my I'm gleam so gleam my Om Namah Tripurasundari Hrudayadevi Shirodevi Shikhadevi Kavajadevi Netradevi Astradevi Kameshwari Bhagamali Nityaglinne Berunde Vaknivasari Mahavajreshwari Shivaduti Tvarite Kulusundari Nitye Nilapatake Vijaye Sarvamangale Jwala Malini Chitre Mahanitye Parameshwara Parameshwari मित्रेशमयि षष्ठीशमयि उड्डीशमयि चर्यानाथमयि लोपामुद्रामयि अगस्त्यमयि कालतापनमयि धर्माचार्यमयि मुक्तकेतीत्रमयि दीपकलानाथमयि विष्णुदेवमयि प्रभाकरदेवमयि तेजोदेवमयि मनोदेवमयि कल्याणदेवमयि वासुदेवमयि रत्नदेवमयि श्रीरामानन्दमयि अणिमादिद्दे लगिमादिद्दे गरिमादिद्दे महिमादिद्दे सिद्वदिद्दे वसिद्वदिद्दे प्राकामसिद्धे भुक्तिसिद्धे इच्छासिद्धे प्राप्तिसिद्धे सर्वकामसिद्धे ब्राह्मी माहेश्वरी कौमारी वैष्णवी वाराही माहेन्द्री चामुण्डे महालक्ष्मी सर्वसंक्षोभणी सर्वविद्रावणी सर्वाकृष्णी सर्वशङ्करी सर्वोन्मादिनी सर्वमाङ्गते सर्वकेसरी सर्ववैदे सर्वयोनि सर्वत्रिगण्डे त्रैलोक्यमोहनचक्रस्वामिनि प्रकटयोगिनी कामाकृष्णी बुद्ध्याकृष्णी अहङ्काराकृष्णी शब्दाकृष्णी स्पद्धाकृष्णी रूपाकृष्णी रसाकृष्णी गन्धाकृष्णी चित्ताकृष्णी धैर्याकृष्णी स्मृत्याकृष्णी नामाकृष्णी बीजाकृष्णी आत्माकृष्णी अमृताकृष्णी शरीराकृष्णी सर्वासा परिपूरचक्रस्वामिनि गुप्तयोगिनी अनङ्गकुसुमे अनङ्गमेखले अनङ्गमदने अनङ्गमदनातुरे अनङ्गरेखे अनङ्गवेगिनी अनङ्गाङ्कुशे अनङ्गमालिनी सर्वसंक्षोभणचक्रस्वामिनि गुप्तधरयोगिनी. So, we are talking about the Ashtapashas, the 8 different passions which tie us to the world. What do they tie us to? To the world, which is not dependable, which is asatya, because it is a projection of your mind. To the grief, which is not there, but you create grief and enjoy. And to tamasic energy. So different kinds of tie-ups are there, which make you forget your original source. We have talked about Shanka, Anumanam, doubt, Grina, feeling insulted when you get angry because you are insulted. And we are slowly moving to Jigupsa, the hatred. First of all, before moving to the rest of the 6 pasas, the surprising factor is all these 8 factors are caused by one and only one action of yours. Constant thinking about the same thing or person or place. My mind constantly thinks about a person who has hurt me, and I'm dragged towards that person. It causes me angry. And if I don't stop, it will develop into hatred. By constantly I'm thinking about a sad incident. I lose my confidence and I get into depression. I doubt myself, my ability, and my future. Doubt. By constantly thinking about past and trying to figure out, project that to future, constantly thinking. Sometime back, today, same disease has come. It has taken away so many millions of people. Constantly, I think and think and think and think. It creates bhaya, fear. So, like that, if you project, everything is constantly. If I constantly think I'm a Brahmin, I'm a Brahmin, I'm a Brahmin, I'm a Brahmin, it goes to my head and I develop ego about my kula. If I constantly think about my race, a human being, that also. So it's a common factor is a constant thinking about the same subject. Now here comes the most important notes for all these upasakas right in front of me. If you can write it down, that'll be good. I need to develop a vairagya, renunciation, not on the materialistic aspect, that will come anyways. On my thoughts, I need to develop vairagya on my thoughts. This is the tough part. To come out of the passion, and aftermath of these passions, I need to develop first vairagya on my thoughts. Yeah, I don't care about this. They always not reliable. Sometimes they give me pleasure, sometimes they give me pain. No. मेरे को ये नहीं चाहिए. The moment the thought comes, you don't even want to know whether it's a good thought or a bad thought, divine thought. No. I'm distancing myself from my own thought. Only for some period is good for you. Vairagya, first thing on my thoughts. Instead, this Vairagya on the thought is a product. Thought is a product. Vairagya is Vishesha Raga. I renunciate my thought and I'm attached to the source which produces the thought, my mother. So I develop Vairagya on my thought and I get Raga, Vishesha Raga on mother. You understand that? Right now, I'm only focusing on my thought. That's why I'm forgetting the source. And I'm going away in an action, fruit, pain, pleasure. Mother is watching. So I develop Vairagya on this thought so that the one behind the thought, I'll be able to focus. Vairagya. Okay, this is extremely difficult. I don't understand what it is. At least you have Viveka, Vairagya, Viveka. That means the moment you get a thought and you get pain or pleasure, anything which is measurable, describable in words, unlimited to a situation or a person. I repeat again, anything which is measurable in time or in quantity. My wealth is a quantity. My youth is a time. Or describable. Anything which is measurable or describable or limited only to a time. I need to observe. And of course, I have some effects of the thought. I'm not developing Vairagya. But then immediately, oh my God, this is the same thought which has come before and caused me that much turmoil, Sankshobhana. No, I don't want to go to that thought. Viveka. You understand that? You want me to repeat? You observe the thought and the after effect of the thought you remember. No, I don't want. But you don't project that thought to the future. No, that is again causes bhaya. Oh my God, I'm having all bad thoughts. Guruji, what is the mantra for stopping my bad thoughts? No, you cannot stop any thought. There is no mantra. So, Vairagya, Viveka. Viveka is also, do I need this? Is it nearly necessary? Do I have to spend this much time on this? Vairagya, Viveka. Then the third and important, Vichakshana. Vichakshana. That means similar incidents in Ramayana, Mahabharata, Mahabhagavata. These are lives. And I read it. What Rama has done in this similar situation. How did he handle that? Vichakshana. So knowing from the past epics or from Guru's pravachanas, teachings, and be ready to handle the thought in the most effective manner. Vairagya, Viveka, Vichakshana. These three are the tools I need to have to untie myself or to prevent the tie. Now comes what develops this Vairagya, Viveka, Vichakshana. Number one is Chintana. These three are different. Now, Chintana, constant thinking. Actually, I don't have time. We don't have time to think. We're just being pushed by the thought. Agreed or not? We don't purposely think. The thought comes first and we go behind the thought like a puppy behind the owner. But I need to have time and ability to think about a subject what I want. Chintana. In a day, I need to have Chintana in both ends, beginning and end. At least in the end, if not in the beginning. And the Chintana is what happened, what is happening. Am I doing the right thing? What is the right thing? Who is guiding me? Who is the doer? What is the purpose of life? You don't need an answer. Just think. Keep on asking you questions. The God is there. Where is she in me? And if she is the doer, then where am I? Where is the witness? This kind of chintana should continuously go. Same questions. You don't find the answers? Repeat. Maybe months, maybe years, until you get the answer. Chinta. Then dhyana. Chintana, dhyana. First, I'll tell you the chintana, dhyana, nishabda, mauna. Nishabda, anushtana. These four are your daily schedule. Repeat. Chintana, dhyana, nishabda or mauna. Mauna in the mind also. Nishabda or mauna and anushtana. So we get up in the morning. I'm not going away from Khadgamala. I'm not giving a separate satsang. I'll come back. I'll tie up everything and nicely put it in one Ananga Kusuma, Ananga Mekala, whatever it may be. Don't worry. Right? I get up in the morning and I practice Nishabda first. Mauna. Because behind the Mauna, the Parabrahma exists. Beyond the Mauna. So I just keep myself silent. Both, my day starts with Mauna. Then it continues with Dhyana. For Mauna, there is no form. Thoughts may be there. I cannot control, but I don't observe the thought. So the upadhi of thought is also not there. Right? You understand? Thought is also an upadhi. I need to control my thought. I need to control my thought. Is a thought? You are not controlling the thought. So, Mauna is nirupadhi. Then Dhyana is upadhi. But the upadhi is not a bahiryaga, is not outside. It is antaryaga. Am I being too hard for you to understand? Bahiryaga. Whatever you do, puja, tarpana, homa, everything is bahiryagam. You do outside. But this dhyana is antaryagam. Mauna is, what is that? There is nothing. Nirvanam. There is nothing, no action, mauna. You will be there, but you are not involved in anything. No dhyana, no anushtana. So, first is mauna, nirupadhi, dhyana, antar upadhi, antaryaga. There is a form. Sindhurana vigraham trinenam. Before telling the word, you know the meaning. And it forms a picture on your mano phalaka dahara kasa. Inside, there is a screen. So that is dhyana. Then you continue your anushtana, which is also must. Daily sandhya vandanam, or your puja or tarpana, whatever your guru says, whatever is feasible, it has to be there. Minimum 5 minutes, 10 minutes. What are the things I told just now? First is Stephen. What are the first thing? First thing is Mauna, Nishabda. How much time? I don't have any timetable. Then Dhyana. Then Anushtana. Then Prapanchika Pravrutti. Then after that, Anushtana cannot be day long. You do for 2 hours, 3 hours. Then Prapanchika Pravrutti. Whatever responsibilities you have in a business, children, family, you attend to that. But background, this dhyana should go. Dhyana continues. In the Anushtana, there is a dhyana. In Prapanchika Pravrutti also there is a dhyana. That is why the 11th chapter says, Yadevi Sarabhutetu Trishna Rupena Samstha Namastasya Namastasya Yadevi Sarabhutetu Shuddha Rupena. Hunger, thirst, sleep, everything you keep her behind. Dhyana continues, is a continuous string, undercurrent. Right? It's called Sruti also, Sruti. Then finally, at the end of the day, you again go to Nishabda. That means your Prapanchika Pravritti is closed. Don't think about your son getting a admission in Oxford University or not and go to sleep. That's over. You are sleeping on your own. No family with you and you are sleeping. Agreed? Sleep is a death. Am I taking anybody in my death? No. Why am I thinking about the family before going to the, in your case, family, in my case, having an ashram? Or how to promote my YouTube videos. These are all Prapanchika Pravritti. I don't need to go to bed with this. So, to cut short, I need a barrier. Otherwise, there will be leakage of emotions. That's where I say Nishabda before going to bed. Sit on the bed. Nishabda. And then lie down and do dhyana. Just a reverse. First Nishabda dhyana. Here also Nishabda dhyana. Dhyana is recite a stotram or mantra and then doze off, lying down. Then you'll get up again with Nishabda, then Dhyana, then Anushtana, Prapanchika Pravrutti, whatever responsibilities. Then again, Mauna. And then what is the last one? Sonia, you're relaxing too much. The last one is, I can read the lips. Dhyana. That's all. So your last transaction is Dhyanam. At least as per the Shastra, you're assured of moksham. Whatever you do in the daytime, it's not affecting you. This kind of day schedule, anybody has got, then they will be free from these ashtapashas, which cause so much tension. So we are talking about one more. I forgot the names of the Lakshmi. So now we got about, we talked about anger, we talked about doubt, and we talked about hatred. Dhanya Lakshmi removes the hatred. Dhanya Lakshmi removes the hatred. Vidya Lakshmi controls the doubt. And Vijay Lakshmi controls the anger. I told you yesterday that victory over my senses, victory over the world, victory over the person, victory over the insult, everything. Victory over my self-confidence. So these are, now Dhanya Lakshmi, how it is connected to Jugupsa. See, Dhanya means creation. From that only Dhanya is seed. From the seed only every live creature or living creatures have come. Like I told you in the Bija Mudra, this is the Mudra which I told you the other day, Sarva Bija Mudra. So when I'm identifying myself as the Dhanyam is not like rice. Dhanya Lakshmi means I expect my lot of paddy bags in my back room. That's not reason. When I identify myself as the Bija, then I know that everything is on my own creation. I'm in Pavnil, I'm in Darshan, I'm in Sita Lakshmi, I'm in Punita. Can I hate myself? No. I can get anger on myself. Definitely you should get anger on yourself when you're not behaving well, before somebody insults you. Right? Then there's the control. That why anger is Nishkrodha, Krodha, Shamani. She didn't say, I'm not going to completely remove the anger. Then you are in the problem. You should have some anger to show on your anger. Does it make sense? Some anger to show on your own anger. So, this Dhanya Lakshmi is Jugupsa. Then Santana Lakshmi removes ashamed, feeling ashamed. Why do you feel ashamed? Well, I don't have the great character like you have. I don't have a great attractive face like you have. I don't have a tone. I don't have money. I don't have a knowledge. I don't have patience like you. I don't have a divinity like you. So many factors. I can compare myself with you and with the world and get ashamed. Ashamed is of two ways. One is first type of being ashamed to some extent will help you. You know what? I'm ashamed of my not being able to get up early in the morning. And then that serves as a medicine for you. Next day you should get up. Not every day, I'm ashamed, Mom, by getting up late. I'm ashamed. This is the second ashamed. It won't help you. First being ashamed may be there, should be there also. Otherwise, you will not be correcting yourself. So, Santana Lakshmi, normally people say the one who has got no child, you need to pray to Santana Lakshmi. No. Santana is associated with Santana Saubhagya, asset. Santan Lakshmi is the one who gives you assets. Nidhi, Pennidhi. My husband is an asset, Santanam. That's why in the marriage mantras, I don't know whether you know or not, the priest makes you recite. Of course, he recites and asks you to say mama. And that also we don't say. That's a different case. The meaning of that mantra is please accept me as your 11th child. Do you know that? How many people know that? Raise your hand. The husband asks the wife, the bridegroom asks the bride, please accept me as your 11th child, because as per the Vedic, that period, 10 children are minimum. Pillai pattum pettu sugamayire. Pillai pattum pettu. 10 children are like P.V. Narasimha Rao, our ex-prime minister. How many children they are? Anybody knows? 12. That's why he never involved himself in family planning campaign. So, 12 children. So, this person asked, let me be your 11th child. That is where Santanam is a Saubhagyam. My husband is my asset. My wife is an asset. My children are my asset. Asset is not wealth and shares and vehicles. Assets are right in your. So, Santana Lakshmi, my definition of asset is something different. That's why I'm looking, this is asset. No. I do have asset. Okay, I'm not married. I don't have children. I don't have wife, husband. What is my asset? My vision is my asset. My hearing power is my asset. My speaking power is my asset. My character is my asset. My divinity is my asset. There's so much I need to think of my assets. Right? The Parkinson disease person cannot stand. He'll be confined to a wheelchair. So walking is an asset. Being able to stand is also an asset. I don't know that. That's why I'm just taking it granted. So Santana Lakshmi removes. That means it makes you understand what is the saubhagyam, what is the auspicious assets you have, and saves you from being ashamed of not having something external as per your different definition. Then comes Adi Lakshmi. I want to say the Adi Lakshmi. Of course, I'm not going in order. Pardon me for that. Adi Lakshmi removes the passion from jati. I'm an Indian. I'm a Hindu. I'm a human being. These are all the passions I have. It's good. It starts from your language. Edese megina yendu kalirna pogadra ni talli bhumi bharatini. Gurudeva. In our language, they said, you praise your mother of your language, which is Telugu. My native language is Telugu. It starts from there. Sare jahan se acha Hindu sita hamara. It goes to the country. But up to that, it's okay. But it should not go to that extent that I don't like other country people. I don't like Americans. I don't like other people from China. No, it cannot. It's a passion that I am developing. How come Adi Lakshmi removes? It goes to the moolam. My child, though I put you in this longitude and latitude position called India, you're all my children. I just distributed in different forms, in different longitude and latitude with different capabilities, different assets is my job. Don't feel proud. as if you are responsible for your longitude and latitude. If you don't behave well, I'm going to change your longitude and latitude to another country, which you have been hating before. So Adi Lakshmi, it reminds you of the Moolam. Moola Prakriti, Avyakta, Vyakta, Vyakta Survani. And I'm focusing too much on my Vyaktam, what I'm seeing. Male, Purusha Jati. I'm a male. You can't do it. It's not a male job. I'm a male. I can do. This is again passion. So this passion, Adi Lakshmi is the only Ananga Devata who removes this passion towards Jati. And then comes, I'll take one more and then I need to sign off. And Dhairya Lakshmi, fear. Fear is coming from many factors. My Guruji used to say, when I'm facing a tiger, what makes you tremble and fear is number one, tigers kill human beings. That I know. But the small child will go towards the tiger because it never read like that. So my reading was not beneficiary for me. A mentally retarded person doesn't run away because he can't differentiate between him and tiger. But my knowledge that tiger is killing a human being is now not in favor of me. Number one, that causes fear. Number two, I am inferior to this person or animal whom I am seeing. I will not be able to win over that person or animal. Right? Do you know that sometimes when you face tiger, I've seen of course, the people call it fake. That's a different thing. But it gave me a thought. Sometimes when you see a tiger, I hope we should not see. We only see in the zoo and what you call safari park. But we're not able to see the tiger in our room. But if you happen to see, all you have to do is they say, you shout loudly. Ah! There's a chance that the tiger will run away. Because that also has got a psychology. It always expects the human being to feel tremble. And this fellow, out of blue, he shouts, oh my God, there's something behind him. Let me run away. This is psychology. So the fear is caused from this external incident. Number one, I differentiate myself from the other. If you see the old Swami Narayan movies there, I don't know, documentary I've seen in Boston. In that, you've seen Pavanil? Yes. So I know you have seen. So that movie is wonderful. I mean, like some 5D or whatever it may be. So in that, Swaminarayan goes to under a tree, he meditates. And the lion which was carrying on the entire village, the lion, the deer, everything, they come and squat before him. The lion, the deer, and Swaminarayan, human being. How it is possible? Because the lion doesn't feel different from Swaminarayan. Swaminarayan doesn't feel different from the lion. And the deer, because of the presence of Swaminarayan, doesn't have the fear. The effect of great people, satsangatve, nisangatvam. That's why all the three are able to be in one place. We'll continue that tomorrow